Hey there guys, and welcome to another Factorio mod spotlight. I'm Exterminator, and thank you for joining me. And today we are covering the Assembly Analyst mod, and this one is pretty cool. You'll see I have the game paused because I want to show you something right off the bat here. I caught a really good example of how this thing works. So this is actually very similar to the Bottleneck mod with a few differences. First off is it's a selectable area similar to like a deconstruction planner, a blueprint selector, or upgrade planner where you just select an area, which I'll show you in a minute. And then, instead of just showing everything at once. And then also it kind of maintains and shows a bit of a history of how things are working and kind of what their status has been, and shows it changing, which is a really good example we have here. So when you pull up your selector, you have this little window over here, which is just a very good, kind of key here. Dark green working, light green output overload, yellow input shortage, red insufficient power, and purple is just completely disabled, meaning you've probably just like turned off the recipe on it completely or something. So really good legend here. So if we resume the game, I've selected our grenade producers here, and you can see here, so like this inserter here, some of these inserters move between output overload and working, which means that there's a fair bit of, probably about 50% of the time here he actually can't input anything because the machine's full. Pretty obvious, but in some cases this could be really useful, particularly for actual output inserters, or like maybe there's an input shortage instead. You can see these here of input shortage, meaning they're waiting for the grenade to be made. And then it looks like this is maybe a light green output overload sometimes. So you can just kind of select whatever you want. If you want to deselect it, you shift click to deselect like you would with a deconstruction planner or something. It won't get rid of it. You can also select multiple things at once. So as you can see here, I've selected these assemblers, and it's kind of just keeping a history. So this is a really good example. This guy up here, you can see this particular inserter, pull this up again, is, maybe like 60% of the time, 70% of the time is output overload. And then, maybe like 15 or 20% of the time is working. And then the rest of the time is input shortage. So that's, makes sense. It's inserted basically what it can, and it stops. You can see it's just sitting here. That's what the output overload is. And it's really cool to just kind of check this out and take a look. And I know I don't... I started recording this when it wasn't nighttime. Of course, now it goes nighttime. And we have no night vision. But yeah, this, you don't really need night vision for this. Pretty easy to see. These guys, like you can tell, these guys are just completely input shortage. Obviously, there's no recipe. These are purple because they're disabled. And then say, for example, if we were to, let's go over here to these pipe machines and cut this power. And I'm not sure if it's going to count this as insufficient power. You can see it does. The red is insufficient power. It doesn't actually count the assemblers because they actually do have power. But these inserters do not. So you can see here, it's a really nice tool. You can have multiple things selected, and it will just kind of keep a history here and show you what their deal has been, which is really nice. So like if we select the blue circuits, you can see we have a lot of problems here. Input shortage on most of it. And if we left this for a while, we would see maybe these bars change a little bit as the input or output changes, which is really cool. I think this is a really, really neat mod. Couple quick settings here in the map is we have the assembly analysis here. We have magnetic selection. Magnetic selection snaps the analysis area to the outside borders of the machines in your selection. And then resnap on change applies a magnetic selection algorithm when a relevant entity is added to or removed from a particular zone. So that's kind of cool. Reset data on change resets the data collected about a particular zone when a relevant entity is added or removed. And you can have it ignore the inserters as well. So let's go ahead and see if we let's add this. This actually kind of deselects this and does this. But I do apologize if you hear any background noise. There's apparently a group of people who are just randomly screaming outside. I don't know what the deal is, but anyway, I don't know how, I would just restart, but I don't know how long they're going to be screaming for. So Anyway, this is a really cool mod, guys. I definitely recommend checking out. Performance-wise, I think it's about the same. It will get performance heavy if you have this. If you're using this to just select like your entire factory, you know, this will impact performance a bit. But the nice thing is, since it's not always on everything, like bottleneck might be, you can, you know, you can kind of have it, you know, on and off on particular areas and stuff, which is really cool. And I mean, even this doesn't seem to be impacting very much. It's probably like if you do a whole mega base. But that's gonna do it, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Link below in the description to the mod portal where you can check this out and grab it. I highly recommend it. Really cool kind of factory planning analysis and quality of life tool for sure. And the history of it is really nice. I really like the fact it has a history, which to my knowledge, Bottleneck does not, unless it's been updated to have that. But anyway, leave your thoughts and questions below, guys. As always, thank you so much. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.